it drives our female audience to like, okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
Where's the next event? Let me show up. How do I get involved with that?
Right.
And then we can promote different ladies initiatives like the thing you have, and I think it's great, and we're all about that. So.
Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer Podcast, inspiring real women with a passion for fishing in the outdoors to go get their adventure on. Now, here's your host, Master Captain Angie Scott.
All right, everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Woman Angler and Adventurer Podcast. I am at iCast in Orlando, Florida, and who'd I run into but Rob Zorn from iBass360. Rob, thanks for sitting down with me.
Appreciate you having me. Very excited again to attend this event. This is the 6th year coming down here for me. iBass is going into its 10th year. Continue to do great things in the world of fishing and really showcasing the passion of amateur anglers and the positive things they're doing in their communities across North America here. And, what better place to come and see old friends and make new friends. And, Angie, you've done great things for us in the past year and a half that you've been with us, and we look to continue to strengthen that relationship moving forward. For people that don't know about what iBass360 is, we're really a community of anglers. We started out as I worked in law enforcement for many years. I got cancer when I was 29 years old, and after coming through the other side of chemo, I said there was something else I wanted to do, so we had a bucket list like everybody does, and we started going down the list, and I wanted to get in the world of fishing again, so I kind of went back to my roots, and I moved up through the ranks in the retail end of fishing and became a buyer in the marketplace. And when I got into the buyer's realm, I'd come to all these events, and a lot of them were male-driven events, and no one was telling you to get yourself checked or anything like that. So we initially launched the brand as a men's health awareness brand to kind of bring awareness to testicular cancer and those kind of diseases, and or at least a friendly reminder to get yourself checked out. And we did that for about 18 months, and unfortunately in the world we live in, and if people aren't experiencing that themselves or have somebody close to them that's gone through it, there's really no return. It's like, that's a great job what you guys are doing, but there's no reason to continue the movement forward. But over the course of that 18 months, we met extraordinary people from across the United States, and everybody's dealing with something, whether they choose to say it out loud or not. And me and Eric Evans, who's an intricate part of what we do. Eric does all our social media, and it's like my grandfather, to be honest, a grandpa I never had. And me and Eric sat down and said, you know what, we've ran into all these great people, and everybody's got something that they believe in and they're passionate about. Let's switch the script a little bit, and we started showcasing amateur anglers doing positive things in their community. And when we started really focusing our attention on that, our engagement with our audience really started taking off. And as the years progressed, we got involved with more and more events pertaining to that healthcare awareness, which is our base of where we came from. But as we continue to grow, we grew into more of a news media source and a marketing resource for others to come up. We really pride ourselves with working with smaller organizations to showcase them to the amateur anglers who's going to use their product or get behind their mission and what they're doing. So we've been very blessed. I've been extremely blessed. If you would have told me 6-7 years ago, all the places that fishing would have taken me, I'd been like, you're crazy. But here we are. Yep. Here we are, and to be welcomed into this fraternity of anglers is a great thing. And I'm very blessed, and I'm blessed to have the people and the support we have around us in iBass360. We do a lot with pink fishing, which I'm sure you guys are very familiar with. Misty Schmidt has been a great asset to us over the years. Misty's probably been with us for about 8 years. She's probably one of the original members, just like I said, for us it's just about being a positive voice in a world that's sometimes unstable and uncertain. And I think that if you can build a network around yourself, then anything is possible. And I dream big. And if anybody who knows me knows that I can be a little direct and a little brash at times, but I'm the same guy, Sunday through Saturday. And really pride myself in that. So
yeah, well, you guys are amazing support for women anglers. I know Eric does a lot of posts about the LBAA and supporting this podcast, and we really appreciate it a lot. And he's such a great writer too.
So to touch on that with women's angling, So probably about 5 years ago, you're always constantly reinventing yourself and trying to find the niche. So I got invited to a writer's camp down at Dale Hollow Marina, and we got into the world of crappie fishing and pan fishing, and we brought that collective in. We were really big in the world of ice fishing, believe it or not. I mean, they got a tournament series and stuff like that. But then I noticed that Bassmasters was starting to take their foot off their presentation of what they were doing with women's bass fishing. And I felt that it was really a niche that we could get in and kind of capture and showcase what the ladies of the sport are doing. I have an 11-year-old daughter. She loves fishing, and I want there to be something for her in this industry as she comes up down the road. So it was important to us, and with having so many females involved with iBass already, it was pretty much a no-brainer. So, like I said, we've really focused our attention to give the women in this community their just due, because they're just as skilled and worthy and valuable as the men are in this industry, if not more so, because, moms at home are really the ones that are keeping the roots together. So it's great to see so many more women getting involved in fishing. I would love to see some of the LBAAs and some of those be able to move to some different locations, possibly even get into some northern events. I know that there's it's a work in progress, but I think that the progression that's been made over the past couple of years is definitely moving in the right direction. And I think that the bigger brands around you start to see, the value in that, and they want to get behind it as well. So I would not be surprised that within the next 3 to 5 years, you will see women's professional bass fishing in the lights and marketed on the big screen like your MLFs and your BSS. I think you'll see more of that coming down the pike. So,
well, I will say, last night here at iCast, we had an off-site event with women in fishing, and we had 80 ladies come out last night.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And we just all, networked, and I'm not going to give any details yet, but there was some really strong conversations had with some very powerful women in the industry that I think there's going to be something like you're talking about very soon.
Like I said, I believe it's really a no-brainer. And it's kind of sad that it hasn't been showcased, because it's not like you guys just showed up yesterday.
Right.
You've been here. But as we move forward and as the world moves forward, I think you're going to start seeing more of these things come down the line, because it's only right. And I think that the time and the effort is just as much put in on the women's side as is on the men's side. And we enjoy showcasing it. I know Eric extremely, enjoys writing about it. It's something different. And once again, it's that niche for us. It drives our female audience to like, okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
Where's the next event? Let me show up. How do I get involved with that?
Right.
And then we can promote different ladies initiatives like the thing you have, and I think it's great. And we're all about that. So.
Well, you talked about some of the places that fishing has taken you over the years, and I think that's one of the amazing side benefits of being in the industry is to get to experience so many amazing adventures. And one that you had not too long ago was getting to hang out with Gary Yamamoto.
Oh, yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so actually, small world, speaking of women's fishing, Beverly Yamamoto invited us to Gary's house for the week, actually. Like I said, we have been promoting women's bass fishing for quite a while. Beverly Yamamoto is a big sponsor of women's bass fishing, and it's a huge initiative for her. And they invited us out there. We were actually at Gary's house the night that he sold the company, and Gary made me and Eric homemade apple pies. So to be there in that capacity and to really step back and say, really going back to, I can't believe all the places fishing's taken me. If you would have told me 10 years ago I'd be sitting at Gary Yamamoto's kitchen table on a Wednesday night eating apple pie, I would have told you were crazy. But here we are, Also, Alberto Neen in the surf casting world. Alberto and me have been very good friends for 9 years now. Alberto has tried to kill me in the Everglades quite a few times. So let's go down here and get some of these snook, But just the fraternity of everyone in this industry, there's a lot of great people here. I know that in the world of fishing publicly, there's a lot of people that like to kick your back in and stuff like that, but I think that comes in anything that you excel at in life. But I think overall, the core of the fishing industry is a place of passion, it's a place of love, and it's a place of an acceptance. And that's really what the core of our values are. But the trip to Gary's, I can't wait to go back. Beverly tells us that it's now iBass360 International. With the selling of their company, they were able to acquire their other ranch down there in Texas. And I know that Alyssa and Angela have been talking with them about possibly turning that into a destinational spot, possibly an Airbnb kind of place to facilitate, a trip where we want to go and catch fish of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what happens over the next couple of months with that transition and what they plan on doing with that property. But we were very blessed and very excited to be able to call Beverly and Gary Yamamoto friends of ours.
Awesome.
So
love it. So speaking of Alberto, I've known him for a while myself, and it was I probably followed him for a couple of years before I realized that he's the name behind the Alberto knot.
Yes. Yes, he is the name behind the Alberto knot. I actually have so Alberto came up he came up in our neck of the woods back in May, and we put him on he wanted to catch some flathead catfish. So we took him down to the Schuylkill River and put him on some flathead so he could cross that off his bucket list. Funny story about Alberto. So me and Alberto, I came down here. My folks live in Newport Richey. I drove. He was like, come fishing. He was like, come meet me. I drove from Newport Richey down to Fort Myers. I got to Fort Myers at 3:15 in the morning. Alberto is standing in the drainage pond with a cast net catching little tilapia so we can go on this adventure. It's a 2-hour car ride to the spot that we go to. For 2 hours, he's telling me when we come through this bush, there's going to be a 30-inch snook there. I'm like, you're full of it. No way. Get to the spot. We pull in this recreational spot. There's basketball courts and tennis courts. I'm like, where did you take me? He points through the woods over there. He's like, right through the woods, 30-inch snook. And I swear to God, we walked through them brush piles, and what was sitting on the corner of the ledge, 30-inch snook, right there. And then Alberto dragged me all over southern Florida, and we caught tarpon. And then I was with him when he caught his first jaguar Mayan. So anybody who knows Alberto knows he is very, very intense when he fishes. He is tuned in. He's a IFG world record holder in several different classes. When the gentleman speaks, you want to listen, okay? I saw his jaguar Mayan. I've never seen Alberto get so excited in his life. Alberto was like, that's my fish right there, do not cast. And Al got that jaguar, and he was happier than a pig, let me tell you. But Al has been a great friend to me, not only in the industry, but also in my personal life as well. He's actually staying with us. He said, Rob, I'm coming to iCast. I'm staying with you because, he can be Alberto. He doesn't have to be celebrity Alberto with us.
Right,
you know what I mean? So it's been very blessed relationship with Alberto as well. And just his progression from being Crazy Alberto and earning that name from hopping rocks in Montauk and working in corporate America and saying, you know what, I had enough of this. I'm going to go follow a passion and a dream. And he moved to southern Florida, and it just gets on him wherever he goes. I mean, but nobody fishes as hard as Alberto O'Neill, that is for sure.
Yeah. He knows all the secret spots, but he knows them for a reason.
Yeah. He knows their secret because he's the one who found them.
Exactly.
Crazy Alberto, I've seen the man stand out in rocks and 30-mile-an-hour winds and Chuck Bucktail. So he is, he is a legend, and he has definitely earned that name and title.
So if someone wants to get involved with iBass360, what do they need to do?
Really, as much as getting involved with us is no more than really shooting us an email. I mean, you don't have to be a professional angler. We want people that are doing positive things in their world. We want positive, motivated people. Over the course of 10 years, we've had members that have come and, have done great things, and we have had members that have come and used this as a base to grow to other projects and things. We've launched several brands, from mom-and-pop brands to bigger players in the world of fishing. Also with staff members that have gone on to host big-name shows and so forth and so on. There's not really a requirement. We're a family, and we accept everybody, regardless of race, color, creed, social status, money. It doesn't matter to us. Our collective is really from our youngest members at the time is probably 17, and our oldest member is probably 67 years old. From all different walks of life, social classes, guys that are chasing that tournament dream, down to the guy that's just taking his kids fishing on the weekend that maybe happens to attend all the local things in his neighborhood. We are an information-seeking brand. We want people that want to showcase their skills, not their spots, but their skills. We want people that want to showcase their talent and give them another avenue to reach more of an audience, because it's all about growing together, I feel. Too many people come in this room and they got to have this, and this, and this, and this. There is enough in this room for everybody to get along and work together, and we've really prided ourselves in that. I mean, I think we're affiliated with, at this point, 25, 30 brands, and that's not come from really money. That's come from just being a person and being a friend, and, that natural progression of how things move along. Yeah. So if you want to be involved with iBass, shoot me an email or a message on Facebook. You can message iBass360.com. But yeah, there really is no specific requirement. Just like there are no dumb questions asked in fishing. The only questions that are dumb are the ones that aren't asked. So
right.
We are always looking to grow our collective. Some of the members that we had in the beginning, life throws changes. I mean, now they have families and wives, and maybe they weren't married before. They had more time to fish then. Maybe they didn't have kids then. Maybe they went through a health thing or whatever. But so we're always constantly keeping up. We never tell anybody you can't be a part of us or anything like that, because that would just be silly of us. What would it look like for us to be like, hey, we want to be involved with you and we want to live the passion for you, with you, and then let's tell you, no, you just don't fit the bill.
Right.
No. If you ask the question, you're already what we're looking for, because it shows that you're motivated. And really, for us, it's really given that direction and really be able to give somebody some insight. So if I don't know the answer, I got enough people in the Rolodex I could call and give you an answer, instead of just telling you something that you don't want to hear, or, just guessing, opposed to giving you a direct answer. But moving forward in the future, we're looking to probably gain 10 to 15 more staff members over the course of the next year. But in that turn also, it's quality over quantity. Right. We have 55 staff members across the United States right now, and we're always looking for that up and coming. We've made a lot of things with high school bass fishing has been big for us. And then a lot of continuing to work with a lot of the staff members that are promoting those mom and pop products that we spoke about earlier, showcasing them, because now it's helping that mom and pop draw business to them. Whether they're a tackle shop, that's the other thing we like to do. Showcase mom and pop tackle shops. Where can you buy the stuff that we're showcasing all week to you? Here. If you don't want to get it on iBass360.com, because there's a plethora of things there as well. But I mean, our business model, we never really had a business model. It was like, there's a void missing there, and then it came back to, there's always the naysayer, like, that's never going to work. That's never going to work. What are you guys, nuts? We grew that thing out of the back of a tackle shop, and here we are. So yeah. It's been a labor of love, that's for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing it. And thanks for taking some time to chat with me. I'm going to put links to iBass360 website, Facebook, Instagram, so people can get connected and reach out if they're interested in being involved. And thanks again for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you for all you've done again for the collective of iBass and women's fishing, and all you continue to do. We are very excited to move forward in the future and what the future may hold, because as far as I'm concerned, the sky's the limit. But it's been a great time down here at iCast this week, and looking to finish up the rest of the day and tomorrow with a bang and take home some more memories. And, it's because that's what life's all about, making memories. So it's not all about making money. It's about making memories. You can't take that money with you when you go.
Absolutely.
So God bless everyone out there. Thank you to all the ladies out there to support what we're doing. We appreciate you guys more than you know. Everyone be safe out on the water, and God bless.